Hello and welcome back to my Autonauts tutorials. Today's episode will be all about bot upgrades and Mark 1 bots, and there's some auto upgrade stuff going on. There's a lot to take in this episode. The first thing you'll see on my screen right now is a bunch of stuff laid on the floor. These are all the relevant upgrades you can get for the bots. These are all Crude upgrades, and this is the Mark 1 bots. To get these, you need to unlock the research robotic technology, and you'll see there's a little bot here, and it allows you to get all sorts of great stuff. This allows you to build this workbench. Everything you see here is basically built from this workbench, which is pretty handy. The first thing we're going to cover today is the Crude data storage. So you see I have two bots here, which are called Code and Needs Code. Right? This dude here has code in him. And let's say I want to copy this code. I can't be asked to write this code again. It's too much effort. So I'm going to copy this code onto this other bot here that has no code on it at all. So what I need is to make one of these Crude data storages, which costs, which it's actually in this good workbench, which you should have unlocked by now. It costs 2 planks, 2 poles, and 2 seeds. Very simple. Ooh. So what you do, you can pick it up, and what you want it to do is you want to control left click on the bot you have the code on, and you want to control right click and give it to the bot that needs the code. And you see now he has the code you want. It saves you a lot of time and effort. Just FYI, the good workbench here is 4 planks, 4 logs, 4 poles and 4 stone, and I believe you get that from storage technologies here. So the next thing we want to move on to is the upgrades itself. So we have 6 basic upgrades here for the Crude upgrades. You got the hand or the power upgrade, you got the sensor upgrade, you got the brain upgrade, you got the energy efficient upgrade, and you got the locomotive, and you got the backpack. They're all kind of self-explanatory, but I'll go through them. So let's take this bot here. So what I'm going to do is you want to pick up these upgrades, and so I'm going to show you how you make them. So these are very expensive. All the recipes are in here. You can sort of go through them. They're not expensive. To upgrade a bot, you want to pick up any upgrade, and you want to control right click a bot, and it will chuck it in there. Depending on what part you give him, he will change in size. So if you give him the head upgrade, his head will change size. It's pretty cool. To get the upgrade back out of him, you want to go into the bot itself, and you want to click on the bot trade, and you want to drag out his upgrade. So let me talk about what these things actually do. You can also give him the upgrade by doing this as well, by the way, so you can drag it in there if you want. It's always quicker to control right click there. So let's start with the bot power upgrade. This is basically a hand. It gives the bot an extra hand. So if I give him this, you can see it has now 4 hand slots. And when I take it off, it gives him he has 3. So that's pretty handy. The sensory upgrade. When a bot is trying to find an object, and let's say I want him to find an object in this area. You have this area selector, right? And you all know this by now. You've got a nice area select. But sometimes this ain't good enough, right? And you want to upgrade this. So this is what this sensory upgrade does. So let's stop this. Let's give him this. And go back into this. Let's get rid of these useless undercodes. And you see, if you watch, I'm going to click max area again, and bam. Done it. So the default size is 13 by 13, and this upgrade size is 18 by 18. This might vary depending on the bot, so keep that in mind. Most upgraded bots will have a really big area of search, which is great. What this also does is allows these bots to find objects faster. So you see how I've got to find nearest Crude bot brain upgrade. It's basically when you start seeing these bots have question marks on top of the head, right? It means they're trying to find an object. And what this upgrade does is it speeds that up. Very useful, very useful. Let me grab this back out from him. Next, the brain. the brain allows you to have more lines of code. So you see how it's got 12 kilobytes free. That's basically how much line of code this bot has. So when you have a line of code, it decreases. The default is 12, and if I upgrade this, it goes up to 16. So I can have more lines of code. Yay! I can do more automation with one bot, which is great. Let's get that off. Next upgrade is the energy efficiency upgrade, which makes bots last longer without needing to charging. So if you have this is kind of useful for your recharge bots, I guess. So if you have all your recharger bots here, you can have them upgraded with the energy efficient module, and that'll basically allow them to not die fast, die all the time. Or you can have them with the Sentry upgrade and have them cover more land to recharge bots. It's up to you. The world is your oyster. The next upgrade here is this shoe looking thing, which makes bots move faster. Very self-explanatory. If I make this dude, if I make him run back and forth, see he's like leaving a little track. Let's see what speed he goes to. Yeah, somewhat quicker. It works. So last is backpack upgrade. This is kind of useful. So if you give a robot this backpack upgrade, you'll notice inside of his inventory is the backpack slot. So this allows you. It's the same functionality as your backpack slot. So you can have him stow items. So let me get an item for you. So if I record this and I press Q, you can see now he's stored that item. And if I press the greater less than C, it will cycle it back through. Or you can press Q, keep pressing Q, or retrieve. There's a bunch of things you can do here that retrieves and stows an item. It allows you to store more items in a bot. Pretty handy stuff. Especially if you want one bot to hold like multiple different items, so you can have him hold a branch in his backpack and then a log in his hand. Let me get this back off him, and that's that. What's next? So now we have the Mark 1s. Ooh, so these are made in the basic workbench again. They're a little bit more expensive. So these are quite handy. These are the same upgrade principles as these Crudes. So what you can do is you can pick up a little bot head, and you can control right click and you can swap his head. Swap it. Look at that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And it also gives you the Mark 0 head back, and you can swap it back out if you want. Pretty handy. So each of these things have different abilities. So we go through them. The head gives you more memory and faster finding speed, very much like this upgrade here. The drive, which is the shoes, the little drivers, give you faster movement speed and larger charge. And the body holds more slots, so it gives you more hands, and it gives you a backpack slot, and it gives you another upgrade slot. So if I do this, he will have 4 hands, backpack slot, and 2 upgrade slots. Pretty good. Also, the head gives you bigger sentry range as well, so very much like this here, which is pretty handy. So you can mix and match these however you want them. It's pretty useful. So you can make a cool little looking bot. Also, you can make bots another way, so you don't have to have a bot already in play to create one. So once you've unlocked the robot technology, you get another recipe here. So if you click on this, it gives you a new recipe which needs a bot head, a bot body, and a bot drive, right? Which is all these things here. So if I throw a bot on, a bot feet, and finally that a head, this will make this beautiful robot here. Let's put him next to his fellow friend there. Pretty happy there. So that's that. That's on the bot assembly unit, FYI. So that's useful. finally, the best thing about this, so a pretty cool thing you can do, is have bots upgrade each other. So what I've done here is set up a little system, two little bots. I've got a bot here that needs an upgrade and a bot that upgrades. So let's look at their code quickly. So the upgrader, what he does is plays forever, and he will wait in that loop until he hears the shout upgrade, right? And then once he hears that, he'll come out of that loop and start playing these things. And what he'll do is he'll pick up the backpack upgrade, he'll find the nearest bot, and he'll add it to that bot, that upgrade to the bot. And he'll shout, "Oh, I've upgraded you. You're all good." And the bot that needs upgrading, it's doing this very simple thing. It's moving back and forth until he hears the word "go," and then he waits, and then he waits again until he hears the word "upgraded," and he keeps shouting, "Oh, I need an upgrade. I need an upgrade." So these two are kind of like, they're in cahoots. They're talking to each other, right? If you're wondering, if you want to know how to shout, you press the Z key on your keyboard. So what will happen here is when I press Z, two things will happen. One, you'll see shout coming in this corner, and you'll see this robot stop working. So that's how you get a shout. This guy stops. He shouts upgrade, should do anyway. Oh, okay, apparently not. If I shout again, would he do it? What is going on here? What is going on? I've broken this. Oh, there you go. He's doing it now. He's going to get a backpack. And he's going to do this until he hears get upgraded. He then shouts he's upgraded. He then goes back to work. Right? Pretty cool stuff. This guy will go back to being idle, I believe, anyway. That's pretty much it. I want to say thanks to the Twitch chat for helping me make this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helps. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about. If there is, if I missed anything in the comments, if I missed anything in this video, please leave a comment and I'll try and update you on it. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.